Today we are going to be talking about the importance of public school education. Keeping our children in public schools, along with our local communities, should be involved to do something with this process. People need to participate in the process. We need to volunteer. We need to mentor. If we want to change the way of the world, we must be in the world. This is my public school. It is in Minot, North Dakota. It has not changed since 1986 when I walked through the door. My daughter went to kindergarten here as well. For verification, this is my kindergarten class. I'm the one circled. You will notice that I am the only brown child in the room. I was the first mixed race child to go to Minot Public Schools in 1986, which may be hard to believe, but it was a feat in itself. I learned something from these kids, and they learned something from me. We all learned how to get along and play together. Our children are our future. We all want what's best for them. Many of our children will attend public schools. What we as parents can do to help our children become the beacon of hope that they once were. I myself have 3 girls in the public school system, 2 in elementary school, 1 in middle school. I have participated with their schools in the past and very much enjoy volunteering my time there. Even though Christian children may be exposed to bad things, without Christian families enrolling their children in public schools, we hinder children who may not be exposed to the Christian values. As Christian families, being able to spread the love, value, and understanding of God, that is our job. We want to expose as many children and families to Him, and keeping our children in the public school system is a great way to spread these values. I would like to talk to you about why public schools are important. They are an investment in our community. I will be making 3 points. Point number 1, there are many benefits of public schools for Christian families. Point number 2, why our public schools are broken and what we can do to help fix them. And finally, point number 3, what Christian families can bring to the public school and its non-believers. The first point I would like to discuss is the benefits of public schools for Christian families. Christian children have the power to lead by example for other children and fulfill the Great Commission by sharing the gospel and good works of others around them. Behavior is often caught, not taught. We are told in Romans 12:2, do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing in your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good and pleasing perfect will. Our children will gain valuable life lessons, such as gossiping, flirting, dressing immodestly, bad language, being rude to teachers. They have to decide, is that Christian behavior? So when their friends and peers act this way, they need to know that they do not need to be a part of it. Our children must be in this secular world in order to be of it. That does not mean they must conform to it, but they can learn from it. How else would others learn the love and kindness that God has given our children? Children will be exposed to all races, ethnicities, socioeconomic backgrounds, along with a wide range of other abilities and people with disabilities. This diversity will help our children understand people with different backgrounds. They can learn to navigate, negotiate, and talk with other children. Moving on to point number 2. Many families no longer take the time to participate within their communities, let alone the public school system. According to the Parma Group, only 7% of U.S. adults said that the public education was very efficient. Nearly half of those maintain that public schools have further declined in the past 5 years. And a mere 1/3 of parents of school-age children say that public schools are their first choice for their children. If we want our public education to be better as parents, we must do more. It is our job to be involved with our local schools. Volunteer as a classroom parent, PTAs, PTOs, even run for the school board. As parents, it is our overall responsibility in our children's education. The primary responsibility for educating our children results with the family. The most important factor for a student's education is its parents. Factors for improving student achievement in our low-performing schools rest with the parents. The third and final point I would like to make is what Christians can do to help the public school system and its non-believers. We cannot go into schools professing our faith as soon as the bell rings, but we are given the choice to show others our faith in our actions. As stated by Angela Watson, a teacher and a blogger for a local Christian teachers group, she said, "Although sharing our faith is not appropriate in a public school setting, we have the privilege and obligation before God to demonstrate the fruit of the Spirit when working with students, their families, and our co-workers. We are called to work unto the Lord, not as unto man, and to strive to do everything with excellence. Other people should be able to tell through our actions that something about us is different. Showing Christ's love through the way we live our lives is the most powerful witness one can have." Many articles are out there to help children cope through public school. My daughters read Project Inspired. In an article we read this month about Christian girls in public schools, it states, "Going to a public school can teach our children to live in their faith, to not only say that they are Christians, but to act like Christians." Children learn from each other. Yes, they will hear a curse word. They may hear another student talk back, and they may be bullied. But that bully will hear from my daughter, "I'm sorry, thank you, please, and you're welcome." In brief, we have discussed the benefits of public schools for Christian families, reasons why the public school systems are broken, and what we can do to help the public schools as well as the non-believers. I would like you guys to be active with your local school. Sell popcorn at basketball games. Participate in the school board. We can no longer put down the current public education system without being there to lend a hand up. I will leave you with a quote from John Dewey, who was a philosopher, a social reformer, and an educator. He said, "Education is a social process. Education is growth. Education is not a preparation for life, but it is life itself." We need to invest in our children, and we need to invest in the public school system. Thank you.